people set their resolution or their goals. Sometimes the resolution really does coincide with health, a healthy and a happy new year, and goals are set, but they don't really people don't follow through with them because sometimes they don't take the necessary steps to get there. I'm coaching you guys as a group, but everyone that's on here right now, we are here to support each other and hold each other accountable, right? So if you want to go through this exercise, that would be really awesome to have a volunteer. And then everyone who is here I'm going to take some notes when we get there, but everybody here is going to help hold you accountable. And we're going to keep checking in with you on how you're doing. I'm going to explain all that when we get to the end, because I want to go over on how to get clarity so you can focus down the exact thing that you need to achieve either your goal, your desire, or your resolution, however you want to look at it. So I put together about 7 different steps. You can take notes if you want to, or I can send the notes out when I'm done just so you can kind of remember. But basically, when you're setting a goal, sometimes things get in the way behind the scenes that you don't really take note of or notice. And that's kind of what happens by week 2. You just came off of a vacation, you have a little bit extra time, you're a little bit more relaxed, and you write out all these goals. And then by 2, 3, 4 days, you're back to work, kids are back in school, you're back on schedule. And then boom, life is back to where it was, crazy busy, right? So the first thing that you want to be aware of, which we've already talked about, which is kind of a reminder, is your mindfulness. And so being mindful of those experiences when times do get busy, when times do get tough. And of course, we all go through the day thinking the day's going to go a certain way. And then boom, something happens. You got to go pick up the kids, or you have a doctor's appointment, or you forgot about an appointment. And you're like, oh my gosh, that just ruins my day. Anybody who's living in this area knows when you go to a doctor's appointment, it's like, takes forever to get there. Then you wait, and then you go to the doctor's appointment. Then you come home, and next thing you know, 2 to 3 hours of your day is just completely gone, right? So just being mindful of being aware that those things can happen. And if it stresses you out, how to turn that mindset back around. So letting go of negativity, not focusing on the setbacks, but instead learning from it. And this just also goes back to like any life experiences that you have, just learning from it. Also, a reminder, practicing gratitude, having gratitude in that moment that you're in. When you feel stressed and you feel like negativity can come on, find a way to express gratitude. It might seem really bad, but I'm sure there's a way that you can find something helpful about it. Number 2, letting go. There's a couple parts of this letting go. Letting go of complexity. Looking around your desk. Is your desk clear or is it cluttered? If it's cluttered, that's complexity. Looking around your house. If your house is a little bit cluttered, you might want to clear that up, and just getting clear, that helps keep a clear mind, right? So letting go of all that complexity that's around you. The part 2 of letting go, and this is an important one, and I say this with a lot of love and support, and if I say this right away, don't think I'm saying like to anybody directly, but letting go of toxic relationships. That's relationships, whether it's friends or family or a loved one or whatever, letting go of the relationships that no longer make you feel good. We always say you have to surround yourself with people who love and support you, right? So this is where this comes in. It's like choosing your ride or die, and the person or the people that are going to be there for you no matter what. Those who you want to surround yourself with. You guys all here, we're surrounding ourselves with people who are positive and loving. That's why you all and we all show up here every week, because we're our ride and die at this point. We're in 3 months of this, right? If you have a rocky relationship, try to find a way to nourish that relationship into health by giving that person or people love and support. Okay, so you don't have to let go. Sometimes it's hard to let go because it's family or it's a person that you really, really care about. So what you do is you just try to find the nourishment and love in that relationship. Let go of the fact of trying to control it. Don't always try to control toxic relationships. Don't always feel the need to please. Again, coming together, working together as a team. So that's letting go of complexity in toxic relationships and learning how to nourish and bring them back. Okay. Number 3, understanding what it feels and looks like to succeed. So a lot of times people set goals and they have a goal in mind, but sometimes they don't finish off with the goal because it gets challenging or it looks difficult, and they don't commit to following through with it because they don't want to look bad. Nobody wants to look bad. They don't want to fail. They have fear of failure. That's a huge one, right? So if it's not going in the right direction, if you're working on a big marketing campaign and you're afraid it's going to fail, and sometimes you're like, I don't know if this is the right one or whatever it might be, you're afraid of failure, so you don't follow through with it, you don't push. Don't be afraid to, to push for that commitment. The fear of pain, a good example of the fear of pain is working out, right? Sometimes working out seems like it could be extremely challenging and difficult because it's painful. If it wasn't, everybody would do it and it would be no big deal, right? So sometimes the fear of pain affects you negatively. So just think of working out as a positive experience, or you can let go of the attachment of both the negative and the positive. Just let that go and just say, I'm doing this for my health, right? So you get up and you work out, no more fear of pain, no more fear of pleasure. You just do it. It becomes a habit. Number 4 is letting go of made up scenarios in your head that no longer serve you. I hear this is common from people is they are afraid of conversations, or for example, they're afraid of doing something because you've already predicted in your head what the outcome could be. So they don't follow through with what needs to be done, whether it's their goal or their motivation or whatever, because they are afraid of what the outcome might be. Nobody can predict an outcome. It just takes up space in your head. So instead of sitting, keeping yourself awake at night, making up all these scenarios, a typical time for that to happen, right? At nighttime when you can't sleep, you can kind of switch that around, actually listen to a podcast or audiobook or some sleep sounds or something, and just get rid of all of that scripts in your head. The scripts need to go. Of course, living in balance, right? We all need to live in balance. That's what every life is about, is having a very balanced life. Don't be an overgiver, but you got to take care of yourself first. So there's a happy balance between taking care of yourself, taking care of friends and family, taking care of your job. It all has to be in a perfect balance. You can do that by scheduling your day the night before. That's a perfect way of doing it. Letting go of things that you can't control. Okay. Having gratitude. Remember, gratitude, we've talked about this a couple of times. It reminds us that life is a gift. So living with that theory in your mind all the time, it's also mindfulness. It's gratitude. Life is a gift. Also setting up your goals. So set your goals as in like your schedule for your day or your week, your month, quarter, and year, or all of the above. If you have the patience to set your goals all the way up, it's a good way to set it up like by the day, and then by the week, and then by the month, the quarter, and a year, especially in business. You know what I mean? We all have quarterly goals. We all have semi-annual and annual goals. Make it a goal, like write it out, practice it, keep going with it, write it by the day if you have to. Always need to take care of yourself. Okay, so if you're taking care of yourself, you can let go of all that clutter that's going on. You have mindfulness, you have gratitude, care of yourself, getting enough sleep, eating healthy food, practicing self-care, exercising, loving yourself, and meditations. Those are just some really good examples of taking care of yourself. And lastly is healing your mind. Okay, nothing holds more power over your body than your mind. Your mind is so powerful. In fact, there are people that can fight cancer just from lifestyle and mindset alone, right? So if you have a sickness or you have something, get out of your head, because it can be done. You can do it through meditation. You can do it through lifestyle changes. Don't let anything hold you back. Your mind is extremely powerful. You can if somebody can't walk, you can visualize yourself walking. Chances are, if the desire and the will is there strong enough, inside your body, there are trillions of cells telling your body what to do. Tells your heart to beat, digesting food, eliminating toxins, protecting you from diseases, and functions just to keep you alive. That's how powerful your mind, your gut, everything is working inside of you. It's extremely powerful. When you expand your awareness to your positive mindset you put out there in the universe will come back. You put out negative energy, negativity comes back. Always staying positive, healing your mind by thinking positive. So don't stay stuck in your toxic awareness, okay? Don't have regret or self-pity or nourishing those bad habits that hold you back. Again, going forward with positive mindset, continue with that. And then getting out of your head, practicing meditation and mindfulness, practice gratitude and journaling. I don't know if anybody is doing that yet, and we've talked about it a couple of times. I highly suggest it. Judge other people. It's almost like making a judgment on yourself. Okay, everybody's different. No need to judge. And examine all points of view. I know there's always the right way, the wrong way, and somewhere in the middle. And being willing to redefine yourself every day. I put out an Instagram post the other day with one of the sayings on there. Always keep learning. If you can always keep learning, you will always keep succeeding. If you're always learning and succeeding, you'll always be making self-improvements to yourself. It's super important. Learning in any way that you can. It doesn't have to be through books. You know what I mean? It can just be learning something new about yourself, learning something new about somebody else, learning something new about the Starbucks person that you go get your coffee from every day. That way, the next time you can go in, you learn their name. You know, learn something new every day. It makes you feel good inside. And lastly, don't regret the past, okay? The past has made you who you are today. And things are always happening for you, and they're not happening to you. The universe is happening. God is happening. All of it's happening to you for a reason. It might seem like crazy to think that in a really hard moment, but it's actually true. And you think back sometimes to childhood experiences that happen in your life. And as you get old, you're like, that sucked at that time. Like, embrace the suck. It sucked at that time, but the outcome is usually pretty good. And just remember that you can start over at any time. And success is accumulation of a series of failures, for sure. I hope everybody believes that. I believe in that for sure.